Welcome back, everybody. So about 5 days ago I made a video on XRP saying that there's been the ultimate buy signal, okay, and the buy signal essentially refers to a long-term buy. Let's have a look at that on this chart here. So we called it at this cross here. So last week we saw an Ichimoku cloud cross over the conversion line to the baseline, which basically means that this this is a turning point for XRP. This signal here, usually, especially on a weekly, would suggest that there's going to be a long-term buy and hold session, basically. So buy this here, roughly, and wait. Essentially wait until the opposite cross happens. Now the good thing is that since that signal, we've rallied, what would that be? Since the very bottom of that price signal there, we've rallied 51%. So that in itself was a bit more than I expected. So it was nice to know, because we've obviously made a fair bit of money. We've made 50% on the spot. We've made a lot more than that on margin. And if you're not trading margin, don't worry. If you're new to all of this, don't go leverage trading. But if you want to try it, there's other ways you can do it without actually trading yourself. You can go to Bityard. There's a link below, and you can do something called copy trader, and there's all these traders out there that you can copy their trades. So just you can put your money in there. You can set your account up to do automated trading, and most of these traders, as long as their profit loss is 25%, over a 30-day period, that means that you earn 25% of whatever is in your account. So, but only follow the good traders, don't follow the bad traders. Anyway, have a look at that. But the reason I mention that is that I was very lucky, and I got in on this clearly because I trust my own analysis, and I've made a significant amount of money just on this 1 week, just with XRP. Now, a lot of people like to think of XRP as a dead token because they look at this chart and go, what is this? This is terrible. But actually what I see is a repeat of what happened in 2014 into 2017, where it essentially looked exactly the same as this. So we weren't ever going to get any big moves out of this until this kind of signal took place, and we were certainly not going to get anything substantial until we came out at the top of this Ichimoku cloud. Now when your cloud is this big, from where the price action is down here to right to the top of there, that's a 500% move in order to get above that. So it was never going to happen during those periods. It could have happened around here, but generally it wasn't going to happen until we broke out of the consolidation phase. So what we see here, we see the top of the parabolic move, rejection there, and then just earlier on this year we broke out for the first time. Unfortunately, this was into March where everything just collapsed again. Otherwise these moves could have happened a little earlier, but they didn't. So that broke down, and then finally we broke out of it again, and this is what's known as the accumulation phase for XRP. So it gives you an opportunity to essentially buy close to the very bottom before it starts to move up again. A lot of people sort of saw this taking place. They confirmed that yes, we're out of the consolidation phase, this is the accumulation phase, and then what happened then? It kind of rallied, didn't it, from the bottom to the top there. It did an 86% rally, and again, that's consolidated off again, and we've had that chart read recently, and from that bottom to this top, that's another 74% rally. So it's kind of the sort of move that we were anticipating on the last video, and so I'm very happy that we've managed to trade those. So a lot of people have been asking me on my Telegram and through the YouTube comments, should I sell? Where should I sell? Well, my answer is I'm not a financial advisor, so I couldn't possibly tell you. If you join my Telegram, we can talk about stuff, and everybody's in there chatting. It's just a chat room, really. But I do obviously like comments on my YouTube. It helps the algorithm because I'm a very, very small channel. Not really going anywhere with this channel, but to kind of do it just for the laugh, really, just for fun. But I can't really tell you where to sell the top, because I've been trying to sell the top on Bitcoin now for a couple of weeks, and it's not worked out very well. So I've decided to not bother trying to sell the top anymore. What we can see here, though, on Bitcoin, for instance, is that the money flow index is far from overextended. There's no sell signal there. You can see when it gets really high, like a read up here, for instance. Yeah, that was a sell signal. But again, even that in itself, it was a sell signal. It was overextended, but it only came down 20%. It's not a big deal. If you would have bought this XRP, on the video that I was talking about it, that would have been around 28-29 cent. And I've been talking about XRP a little bit before that because we've been anticipating this move. So a lot of the people on my channel have been buying it, lower than 26 cent or whatever. They're significantly up. So if you've got a position like that and the chart looks like this, and what the chart is saying is that we're going to probably reach our all-time high at some point next year, and then surpass it, are you really going to try to sell the top when you've got such a good position? I don't think it would be a wise thing to do personally. When we see the chart do something that it's not done ever, which is break out of this Ichimoku cloud, going above it, closing above it, and then shortly into next year, or not next year actually, in the first to the second week of December, that's going to turn green. It's all extremely bullish. So it might not be worth you trying to be clever and cute and sell the top, where this is far from the top. This is actually still essentially the bottom, if that makes sense. Look at XRP as an investment. It's difficult to trade it in many ways, but basically, the bottom is still here. And what I like to try and remind people is that if we do a Fibonacci retracement from the top all the way down to the bottom, even up to the areas of 86 cent is technically the accumulation zone. We've been accumulating since all the way back here, and some people obviously will be significantly unhappy at the moment still, because they'll be underwater by what's this going to be, about 65% at today's value. So they're not going to be too happy at the moment, but they will when we break out of this red zone, aka the blood cellar. And that is where we start to make the significant moves, and that's roughly around 86 cent or so, 87 cent. Breaking above there, which isn't going to happen anytime soon, in my opinion. Just looking at the way that this chart is supposed to play out, it shouldn't really be breaking out of here this year at least. Even with the cloud going green down at the bottom, I don't think we'll be getting to that level. And if we did get to that level, we'd probably get rejected from there. But breaking up above there allows us so much more freedom to start to make enormous moves, and XRP is capable of those normal massive moves. Just people just look at this as something silly. They think that a lot of people in crypto just hate XRP because they might have bought around here or down here or down here or down here, and they didn't understand what they're doing. And that's the problem. If you don't understand something, then you criticize it. But I feel as though I do understand it, and obviously I've made some good calls on it, and made some good profits on it. And my understanding is that these charts don't go back long enough. But if you were to look on CoinGecko, for instance, and you get access to the full chart, it's very basic, but it does give you the full chart history. You'll see that the first market cycle looked an exact replica of this. It's exactly the same. It runs in a 4-year cycle. It rallies with Bitcoin when it does a parabolic move at the end of the bull run. Bitcoin also has a 4-year cycle. However, because of the absolute size and magnitude of the rally that XRP does, it basically consolidates thereafter. So after that parabolic high, as you can see here, which is the same sort of thing you saw in 2014, it basically consolidates for essentially roughly about 65 to 70% of its time in a downtrend, because it has to. It has to do that, because if we measured it from these candle bodies down here, which is like 0.5 cent, all the way up to this level here, what is that? That's 52,000% increase, in a very short space of time, and so obviously it's going to need to consolidate a little bit after that kind of move. So we're at the very early stages of what's going to be an impressive year for XRP, and this chart is confirming it. If we close this candle body here, this will certainly confirm it, and into next month, things will be a lot easier for XRP to make some more rallies very similar to this, and obviously throughout next year, a lot more significant. Anyway, like I say, join my Telegram chat and leave me a like and a subscribe. But I hope you have a nice weekend and take it easy.